watching Channel Japan. Next is a segment called Takumi from Science View, a program produced by NHK.
Takumi literally means artisan in Japanese, and it's a word often used to describe craftsmen with exceptional skills.
So who is our Takumi today?
Yes, first if you can take a look over here, it's a picture of a dashboard of a car.
A dashboard, so I guess it's made out of leather and wood.
It looks like that, doesn't it? But actually it's all made from resin.
Really? So it's actually not leather and wood?
No, they aren't. And this time we meet a Takumi who makes metal molds for these parts.
For car lovers, the interior design of the vehicle is also a key feature. You can see models with fine timber dashboards, leather, and other special touches. Today, I'll introduce you to a Takumi, or innovator, who revolutionized the interior design with his innovation. Let's go and find out more. Hello.
I'm Yasuyoshi Noda.
I'm Michelle. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming.
We visited Yasuyoshi Noda, who runs a mold manufacturing company in Aichi Prefecture, a major auto industry center in Japan. The auto interior panels that Takumi produces have attracted a lot of interest from auto manufacturers around the world. The superior quality stitching looks as if it's sewn with thread. But in fact, it is a pattern made by the Takumi. Just how are these sophisticated patterns produced? We went to see the technology today's Takumi invented. The metal mold to form the interior panel is set on the machine, but
Due to non-disclosure obligations, I can't show you everything, but I'll do my best to show you as much as I can.
this is a resin sheet that forms the base to make an interior panel. There's no pattern on it yet. First, the resin sheet is heated to 180 degrees Celsius. Up to here, there's nothing unusual about the process. The heated sheet adheres to the mold. Any air between the mold and the resin sheet is completely sucked out. The fine patterns on the mold are reproduced on the resin as the resin is pressed so firmly against the mold. This innovative technique is a world first.
It can cost as much as 40% less than some existing techniques. It's used by almost all automakers in Japan, by the big three in the US, and by the major automakers in Europe too.
The Takumi invented this technique 30 years ago. At the time, the most common way to reproduce a design was to heat the mold to 300 degrees Celsius, inject resin into it, then cool it down so the pattern would imprint on the resin. But the drawback with this method was that it was very time and energy consuming. So the Takumi thought of a way to vacuum seal the area of contact between the resin and the mold. But how could he pump out the air while at the same time reproducing the patterns? He and one of his employees spent 2 years on research and came up with the idea of making tiny holes 0.1 millimeter in diameter all over the mold. It created a better air vacuum and therefore better adhesion, and resulted in superb pattern reproduction. At the time, making holes in the mold went against the grain in the industry.
Well, I believe it's thanks to my employee who persevered through much trial and error and didn't let accepted thinking stand in his way.
But at the start, only a few Japanese automakers would take any notice. The turning point came 15 years on. A leading American car manufacturer utilized the Takumi's interior panel technology, saying it was the best in the world. The Takumi was lauded not only for his luxurious leather-like finishes, but also for significantly reducing part weight and costs. Whenever he is working on a new project, the Takumi recalls the words of a world-renowned Japanese innovator.
Honda Motors founder Soichiro Honda used to say that other than maybe a spider web or a beehive, we can make anything. I believe that. I think if I pursue a project with passion, I will be able to do anything. That passion inspires people around you to lend a hand too. And that is what ultimately makes an invention achievable.
Not only do you get a genuine-like feel, but also the weight and costs are reduced. So it's a wonderful technology, isn't it?
I agree, and the Takumi is one of many people supporting the Japanese manufacturing industry, so the hope is that they continue to challenge convention and come up with new innovations.
After the break, we have an episode of Dream Weavers.